the prayer, then followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father God, you know why we are here. You know the hearts of all men and women. Remind us today of the urgency of being prepared to serve our fellow human beings in time of need. Help us as helping agents always to be available to the collective as well as the individual needs of others in times of emergency and when people are in stressful and hurting situations. Give us an understanding of the reasons why we exist and serve. We affirm today, O Lord, that a better community and a better Randolph County and a better America begins with us. Bless now this gathering, and may God bless Randolph County and God bless America. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I call the meeting to order for agenda business. First, public comment. Anyone? Sheriff?
Yes, sir. Larry Sarah, County.
Larry.
Back again. We're still in the process of trying to find some funds. Like I say, we've, over the years, last 10 years, the citizens up there has had a rate increase every 3 times already. And we can't hit them again. There's no way. But we're really, we're trying to get some more money from the UDC and trying to get some funds off you guys for the citizens of both towns, Huntsville and Mill Creek, to get water in there. New lines, Huntsville's got new lines. We're trying to get the town's existing lines put back in. New lines, that one line up there is 120 years old, pretty old. And that's on the main line. We still can't find no funds. I've been all over trying to find any kind of finances at all. So we thought maybe you guys might be able to help us some.
Okay, as we're setting the sitting the new commissioner today, and after that we'll be doing the ARC funding. So
Okay.
we have you on the list.
Okay, go on the list then.
What's the amount of the funding you're after? I mean, the project.
$600,000.
How much?
$600,000.
For your whole project?
This is a stage 2. We got enough for stage 1. That started in 2012. We had enough money then to do it all. But since 2016, that company that was in there defaulted, and everything's really high, and we lost around $2 million plus what we had to pay all them.
Okay.
All right.
Just make sure we have a copy of that breakdown.
You've got it all. You should have it all.
Okay.
But I'll give all 3 of you a copy.
Okay.
But I'll make sure when I get here the next time, I'll have it everything again.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Next.
Josh Teeter, Tigers Valley Middle School baseball.
Now, you're on the agenda.
Yeah, I didn't.
So we'll just take you up on the agenda.
Oh, yeah.
Next,
Yes.
Richard Device.
I left a packet up there with what I got to say, but I'll go ahead and speak real quick. I'll only take a couple minutes. It says, I am here to discuss the November 7th, 2021 minutes regarding incorrect statements pertaining to my public comment. The first such incorrect statement was Mr. Tobias was very upset and said he didn't like getting cut short, which I merely disagreed to the such blunt way Commissioner Kiesling cut me off by stating in the past many individuals have gone past the 5 minutes, including myself, not to mention I only had a few minutes left to speak, plus was the only person signed up for public comment today, but so be it. Secondly, the other incorrect statement was that Mr. Tobias left the room escorted by Sheriff Elbin, which can clearly be proven wrong by just watching the live stream. Since then, I have faxed in several letters dated October 25th, 21, November 4th, 21, asking the commissioners to correct the record, but have not received a response as of yet. On my way out of the building, the sheriff stopped me. Commissioner Kiesling, you asked the sheriff, did he have anything to report when he came back in the room? So the commissioners know we had a brief conversation about the proper menu to use to address my grievances and my disagreement for being bluntly cut off when I left on my own, then I left on my own accord. In closing, I still strongly believe that law enforcement in Randolph County needs to be equipped with body cams so that the real truth is seen, not one-sided version of the so-called truth. Thank you.
Anybody else, Sheriff?
Will Spencer.
afternoon. I'm gonna leave you with these documents, but I just, what do I have, 5 minutes or so?
5 minutes.
All right. Okay, so there's a fairly large group of citizens of the state. I'm a resident of Randolph County, and there was a ruling, United States Court of Appeals on the 5th Circuit, that basically is saying that, and I'm gonna leave these with you so you'll have full reference. These are online as well. That is ordering the stay of these mandates, vaccine as well as mask mandates across the United States, and it pertains to all these businesses, local and federal. And so I'm leaving you with this so that we can take this up, because there's a fairly large group of us citizens that are delivering this to all of our local agencies and local governments. The Attorney General of the state had a copy of this. We're actually meeting with him on Monday over in Parkersburg. Another document I'm leaving you is it's called the Fauci COVID-19 dossier. It lists all 5,100 patents to this vaccine, all the vaccines and anything associated with the testing, the masks, as well as the vaccines and ingredients and so forth. And so I'll leave that with you too. This is also easily accessed online, so now you'll be able to have that information. We've been acquiring some interesting information also through FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act requests. Let's see, September I wrote this request to the Department of Health and Human Services, CDC. I requested documents, records, minutes, any correspondence between individuals, employees, regarding these changes in the vaccine definitions. And anyhow, their response, I've got a very interesting, about 7 pages of emails and responses from the CDC, and how they were cooperating back and forth to change the definition of vaccines to fit the narrative. And it lays it out very simply in the responses from the CDC emails here that they sent me. So I'll leave that with you. Another FOIA request. This is from a friend of mine, Barry. This is from the Department of Health and Human Services here in the state of West Virginia. We requested formal request for documents, records, peer-reviewed studies establishing efficacy, safety, or medical recommendations used to substantiate all or any state and or local mandates on wearing these face masks and or coverings. And their response was, there's no state mask mandate. Okay, this is from our state HHR. I'll leave that with you. The last FOIA response I got was, I found very interesting. As well, Barry requested from the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Services again, documents that show identification, isolation, or existence of the COVID-19 virus. Their response was simply, I'll read it here. It says, the Bureau of Public Health has completed its search for public records in its possession that may be responsive to your request as we understand it, and has found no records. Okay, that's alarming to me and to the groups that I belong to. And so these are items that we feel it very necessary to deliver to our local governments, because there's a lot of fraud here. There's a lot of misinformation, and there's a lot of people being harmed. And so as a citizen of this state and this county, I feel it my responsibility to give you these. Can I just deliver them to you? And that's all I have today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Anyone else, Sheriff?
No, sir.
All right, just a thing about the public comment. As long as will be sitting as president, it will be, the 5 minutes will be enforced, and we'll go in that order. So just want to let that clear, that I can't speak for prior what Mark had done, but as long as I'm the president, it'll be 5 minutes. One for that. Okay, next item on the agenda is minutes from last meeting.
Okay, I move that we approve the minutes submitted from the special Randolph County meeting, which was held October 28th of 2021.
All right, motion on the floor is to approve the minutes from our, October 28th, special session meeting. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next one?
Next one is, okay, it's a regular Randolph County Commission meeting, which I approved the minutes from the regular Randolph County Commission meeting, which was held November 3rd of 2021.
All right, motion on the floor is to approve the, minutes from the November 3rd, regular session of the county commission. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, reports. Tina?
I don't have anything to report today.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on the agenda
Yeah.
for later.
Aaron?
I've provided you with an update on the North Central Community Corrections Program. We currently have 120 individuals on the program. Since the beginning of the fiscal year, we've had 5 full participants, 51 condition of bond, 3 services, 1 from parole. We've had 34 individuals complete our program, 26 terminate from our program, and 5 re-entered back in our program. I've had 1 individual attend rehab. We have completed 365 community service hours. We've completed 8,880 employment hours. I've had 2, so far this fiscal year, we've had 2 individuals attend our domestic violence, but I've also had 2 people complete. We had some from last fiscal year, but so I've had 2 people complete the domestic violence program as well as 2 entered into this during this fiscal year. We've administered just with our clients 823 drug screens, which of those 158 were positive, which gives us 665 negatives. With the community service hours that we've done, we've saved the county $3,193.75. We've collected $9,784 with participation fees. With the regional jail bill, we saved the county $623,583. So a total with the regional jail bill and the community service savings, we saved the county $626,776.75. So of our current participants on the program, I have 15 that are full corrections, 74 on bond, 16 services only, 9 from probation and 6 from parole, which gives us our 120. And of our full participants, we have 11 employed, 4 on the run. So we are looking for a few of them. So the last page is the financials, which are our current numbers. With community corrections, we spent, this does not include the grant, we spent $10,699.58. With the, we've brought in with, as of the time, $9,394. With federal, we spent $4,050, but we've brought in $4,500. With drug court, we have spent $15,790. We've brought in $17,290. With DHR, we spent $55,807.10. We have only brought in $7,445, but I am still waiting on 3 months that I've submitted. I was hoping that some of the checks would be coming in soon, so that will take care of that. Plus, I still have to submit the last few months, so we'll definitely see here soon that that number flipped. With parole, we spent $40, but we brought in $915.40. So total, we have spent, minus the grant, $86,386.68. We've brought in $39,830. So as soon as the checks start coming in from DHR, then we'll see the difference flip. So right now I'm just waiting.
And these are numbers from July the 1st?
This is as of July 1st till now. So yes, as soon as, like I said, I know right now we're kind of in the hole, but that's because I'm still waiting for the checks from DHR. So once we get those, then it'll be flipped. So otherwise, we're doing very well.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Our esteemed representative from Mr. Minnie's office, you have anything to say?
Just real quick, I just wanted to remind members of the county administration that the fire safety grant is application is open until 12/17, and our other infrastructure grant issue is open until February 22nd. And also, as always, Congressman is ready to give a letter of support to any of the agencies that are applying for any of those grants. But otherwise, thank you for giving me the time, and congratulations to y'all bringing on your third member, and, Godspeed to you. Thank you.
Kurt,
Happy Thanksgiving, sir.
another report? Sheriff?
I just wanna report that, Deputy TJ Knotts is back to work as of yesterday from the crash from the other night. He had bruised and, sprained wrist. He's back to work. Hacker had a tooth removed, Tuesday. He's, healing. I'm anticipating him return to the service on Monday next week. We gotta let his gums heal up a little bit, and, they should be back on the road doing their job.
So it was just one tooth?
Just the one tooth in the front that they actually ended up taking out that was broke. And, they've determined it's not gonna be necessary for him to do the work he does. And, if it was a canine, then we would have had to have that repaired somewhere, but this tooth they just took out, and we should be good to go.
Very good. Brenda?
No report.
Did I miss anybody? All right, correspondence? Okay, announcements, our next meeting will be December the 2nd. That'll be our first of December meeting. All right, items for discussion and action. The first one is appointment of our commissioner for the Elkins District. All right, just to speak on this, we've had 10 applicants that applied for this position. We worked with Carolyn Jackson, who was the chairwoman for the executive committee of the Republican Party for Randolph County. She gathered the resumes for these 10 individuals, ensured that they were registered Republicans and that they were from the Elkins District. Chris and I met with 5 of them last Wednesday and interviewed them on Wednesday, and then 5 on Friday.
Friday morning.
Yeah, we followed the same protocol on each of them got the same set of questions, the same. Chris asked 5, I asked 5, and then they were allowed to ask any questions. So everybody got the same treatment. And it was a hard process. We wanted to have it done on Monday. It actually wasn't done until Tuesday because the quality of the candidates was that good. However, there was one, I think, that stood out above the rest. And when Chris and I met on Tuesday to say we've got it and we gotta make a decision, first words out of our mouth was Chris. So at this time, I'd like to have a motion to appoint Chris Seiler to the vacant Elkins District seat for the Randolph County Commission.
Okay, I move that we appoint Chris Seiler to the vacant Elkins District seat on the Randolph County Commission, which his term would begin today and end on December 31st of 2022.
All right, motion on the floor is to appoint Chris Seiler to the vacant Elkins District seat on the Randolph County Commission. He'll fill Mark Scott's term, which runs through December 31st, 2022. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. At this time, we have a judge here who would like to, or we're going to swear Chris in as a commissioner, and then Chris can be seated.
No slack time.
I,
Christopher Seiler,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of West Virginia,
and the Constitution of the State of West Virginia,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties as County Commissioner for Randolph County,
duties as County Commissioner for Randolph County,
West Virginia,
West Virginia,
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Need your seat.
For those that don't know Chris served 25 years in the state police, as he served various duties, but he was assistant detachment commander. He was a detachment commander in Moorfield, Petersburg, Parsons, and Elkins. So he's going to bring a wealth of knowledge to this commission, and we're very happy to have him on here.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Don't be mad at us.
And his wife and the judge.
Thank you very much.
Leslie,
Thank you.
we'll get you with him and your wife and the judge for the paper.
Thank you.
Put that judge spot got here. Hey, Judge.
Hi, DJ. How are you?
We're gonna get his wife in here too. Paper.
You can do that. Leslie?
Where you want me?
Keep looking at you, Judge.
He's official, I'm not.
Again, congratulations.
Congratulations. I don't want to quit.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good afternoon.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thanks for coming. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Did you get this?
All right, next item on the agenda is election of the county commission president, where Mark Scott was the president and I filled as the interim until we got a third sitting commissioner. We're going to do election again, and this will be through the end of December 31st this year. Because after our first meeting in January, we'll elect a new commissioner for next year, so.
Yeah, get a new commission president.
Yes, we do that every year.
Okay, I'll move that, we elect David Keesling as the president of the Randolph County Commission for the remainder of the 2021 year.
Okay, motion on the floor is to appoint to elect David Keeson as president of the Randolph County Commission for the remainder of 2021. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next item on the agenda is consider approval of the commissioner board appointments. Now, we have several appointments, boards that we sit on, so I'll just read these out, and then we'll vote on them. I will take the Randolph County Development Authority, the Forest Festival. These are any boards that we give money to throughout the county that we usually have a seat on. So Forest Festival, Elkins Welcome Center, Community Corrections, Midland PSD, Elkins Main Street, Chamber of Commerce, and the Fire Association. Commissioner C will have Solid Waste Authority, the Extension Service, Local Emergency Planning Committee, Region 7, Norton PSD, Fire Board, Ambulance Authority, E911, Advisory Board, and Fire Association. Commissioner Seiler will have Leedsville PSD, the Rec Board, Beverly Heritage Center CVB, Whitmere Water Board, Airport Authority, Huttonsville PSD, Corridor H Authority, Randolph County Unsafe Buildings and Land Enforcement Agency, and a Fire Association. And then I'll be in charge of the custodians and the maintenance for the courthouse, and C will have 911 OEM, and you're gonna be in charge of the dog warden. All right, so I have a motion.
Okay, I'll move that we approve the board appointments as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the commissioner board appointments for the remainder of this year, because we'll do them again next year,
Yeah,
so.
we'll-
But this will be just for the remainder of this year since we have Commissioner Seiler. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, next is informational presentation on ARC funding from the West Virginia State Auditor's Office.
Well, good afternoon, Commissioners, and congratulations to you, our newest Commissioner. My name is Anthony Woods. I am a Deputy State Auditor with the West Virginia State Auditor's Office. With me is Patsy Treecost. He is actually also a County Commissioner from Harrison County. We've been going around the state here before the holiday, just checking in on counties about their ARP funding and just kind of what's going on in the ARP world. So we are getting to the point now where at the end of the year, if you guys have not done your report to the Treasury, you did get an extension. You'll have until December 31st to report that to the U.S. Treasury. We actually are happy to announce that you guys are one of our newest partners with our transparency initiative, Project Mountaineer. I think you guys had Skylar come talk to you guys a couple weeks ago about that, so we're working on that and getting that in place for you, and we should have that done well before the end of the year for you. We're getting your data and putting everything together for you. There's a couple things that have kind of come up in the ARP world. In Congress, they are looking at putting an amendment in place to expand what the ARP funding can be used for. They're looking at making the disaster relief part of that. So if there's ever anything that happens, you can use some of that ARP money towards that disaster. And they're also looking at kind of loosening the requirement that you have to calculate your revenue loss. And so what they're looking at is letting you use some of that ARP money directly for city services without looking at that lost revenue that you might have had due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's kind of what's going on in there. We're going to be getting in touch with you guys here at the beginning of the year to get you some reporting tools if you'd like to use them. They'll go hand in hand with your transparency site, and it'll make that reporting process easier for when it's time to actually do the Treasury reporting. Did you have any questions for me today about eligible projects or things that you might have had questions on clarification in like the guidance or what might be eligible?
What we've been doing, we knew that Mark would be leaving possibly, and we've been kind of holding off on doing projects until the third commissioner was in place, so all three of us was on the same page. Now that Commissioner Seiler is in place, we want to start looking at those projects and then start divvying out the money. So we could, after we go through all these, because there's several letters for request. So once we go through those, we probably will be reaching out for eligibility on certain projects.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot that's eligible in this guidance, and something else of note too, the Treasury is getting ready to release their final guidance for this program. We've been operating under an interim rule. They said it was going to be September, now it is November, and we're still waiting, but we keep checking daily, looking to see if there's anything new in that regard. And what is also something to keep in mind too, the infrastructure bill has passed. And also the state of West Virginia has taken $90 million from their ARP allocation and put it into the broadband office. We were actually at another county day, and I said, I'm actually happy I'm the one who gets to go around and talk to counties about it and not actually make decisions, because it's going to be something to think about with all these different grant programs coming out. We are partnering with WVU, some of their team who look at economic development and project management and planning. And they're very interested in helping counties and cities kind of wrap their head around all these things that are happening and figuring out how best to move forward. Because what you don't want is you don't want to spend all your infrastructure money out of ARP and then you get a ton of infrastructure money from this new bill, or you do things with broadband and then the broadband office comes. So we're actually going to have a webinar here shortly. We'll put that out through the County Commissioners Association and the Municipal League for our municipal partners. And there's going to be a lot of really good folks at WVU who have kind of done these things, and we want to get counties on there to get some tips and tricks that they might be able to use this money most effectively. And you said you're having folks submit requests. We do have some tools that are free for you if you'd like to use them, where you can figure out what questions you want, what information you want from potential applicants, and they can go online to a web portal and fill out what you would like them to fill out, and then you would have one centralized place that you could collect those requests and then evaluate them as you guys see fit. So if you're interested in that, please feel free to reach out to me or Skylar, and we can get that set up for you guys. It'll work also hand in hand with your transparency website.
Okay, we'll have, Brooke has your contact information. We'll have her be reaching out to you about that.
Sure. So thank you guys for having us. We love coming up here, and if there's anything our office can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. And you guys have a happy holiday.
Appreciate it, thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is the informational presentation from West Virginia Corp.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
How are you?
Well, thank you, and congratulations to your newest Commissioner. Happy to be here, and on the day that you get to appoint that new person and say hello. My name is Vivian Parsons. I'm with the West Virginia Communities Risk Pool. Prior to that, I spent about 30 years with county government in association work. I was the director of the County Commissioners Association for 23 years and retired in 2019 and had the wonderful opportunity to go to work for the pool. We put that pool together back in 2007 and it has been doing wonderful. Randolph County is insured under our pool. And I just wanted to come out today and say hello, let you know that we are back out and about again after being tied down with the pandemic and not on the roads. I am wearing my mask today. It's company policy. I'm fully vaccinated, but being a risk pool, we have to practice what we preach. So I will wear my mask, even though I don't like to. Couple things that I just wanted to relay to you. And I have some copies that I have brought with me, and I will hand them to Brooke. And there's, I think, 5 of each thing. Here's my card too, if you would just pass those down. I know some of you are new to the program, so I want to spend just a couple minutes talking about, we do provide your property liability insurance coverage, we provide your workers' comp coverage. But beyond the coverage that we provide, we have a lot of resources for county governments and city governments. We have a lot of training opportunities available, and I want to make sure that you know all of that information is on our website and available to you, and it's at no cost to the members. as a risk pool. It is something that we certainly want to promote, is that risk training, and it goes further than normally you would expect the safety issues that would come along with liability insurance, but we go further than that. We have programs that deal with your HR. We can do training on sexual harassment. We can do training on cybersecurity, which is a huge issue right now. We also have a very robust law enforcement training program, and I don't know if Randolph County has been able to use any of that in the past, but I know that your deputies are required to have 14, 16 hours annually of continuing education. Through the pool, we can provide them up to 14 of those hours. We have been able to get, so far, we've always been able to get them approved through Chuck Sadler. Chuck was the former person in Charleston, and now I think someone new is heading that up. But so far, we've been able to get them all approved. So at no cost to the county, and we come to you, and we'll do it in rounds of training. We know you can't take all the deputies off of the road at one time, and so Mike Rezac and his crew will come in, and they'll spend a couple of days doing training. They can do an 8-hour program. Brooke, you have my information there, and certainly let me know if you have any interest in that. Mike and I can come back and talk at length with any of your offices who might be interested. We have drivers training. There is a lot of resources on our website. I encourage you to go to our website and give it a look. And again, at no cost to the county. One of the other things I want to make sure that you're aware of, back in the middle of 2020, we opened our door to municipal governments as well. In 2007, it was a county-only program, and then we expanded from county governments. We have 50 of the 55. I brought you our newest map. We expanded to county entities, such as solid waste authorities, PSDs, emergency squads, economic development groups, anything created by county government, funded by county government, under the oversight of county government that needs property liability insurance, workers' comp, we can insure them. In mid-2020, we worked with the West Virginia Municipal League, and we've opened our doors to municipal governments now, and municipal entities, the same as we've worked with counties over the years. So I'm spending a lot of time out on the road talking with municipalities now, so if you have anybody that's interested and you would like me to go see, just give me a shout and I'd be happy to do that. I shared our newest member map, 50 of 55 counties. I believe we have about 23 municipalities so far, and that's been basically by word of mouth because we weren't able to get out and visit with them. We're just starting to do that now. And well over 100 county entities are in the pool. I mentioned cybersecurity and cybersecurity training. The other thing that I passed out to you is we have put together, because that's becoming more prominent, unfortunately, all the time in government, and everywhere, but specifically in government too. We've put together a guide, if you suspect a breach, what to do. And I want to make sure that you're aware and know that we have a breach coach available to you. We have hired and maintained, she is an attorney, she specializes in social engineering, cybersecurity, breaches, and she will walk you through what you would need to do to best protect you and your information. So I guess the biggest thing we want you to know about that information that I handed out is call us. Call us first, get with us before you make any deals with any companies to come in and try to secure everything. Give us a call. The one sheet I handed out on how to report a claim has a daytime number. If you flip it over, it has an evening number. We're available for that purpose 24/7. If you suspect a breach, give us a call. We'll get you in contact with our breach coach, and she will be available on the weekends, at night, whenever it might happen, and we'll start to walk you through the process. It's different case by case, and depending on how the situation has progressed or what kind of cyber event it is, how you would best secure your information, whether you would make an immediate response to the public, all those sorts of things. And she's very versed in that. So I wanted to bring you those handouts so you would have that. Hopefully you never need it. We'll knock on wood and hope for that. But if you would need it, we do have a coach to walk you through. And if I were sitting in your position, that would be the best news to me, is just to know that somebody who has experience and knows what they're doing is available to us when that event would happen. Okay, I want to let you know that renewals will be coming out, I think it's mid-January, we'll start to do that renewal process. So if you get that information, the questionnaire, Brooke, it'll probably come to you. Let me know if you have any questions, any concerns, happy to come out and work with you in whatever way we might need to do that. And the last thing that I'll mention is that we have a brand new logo. We are rebranding ourselves, and we have a new logo. This is what it's going to look like. We announced, sent out, I think they sent the email out on November the 11th, which you guys were not in office on that day. That was Veterans Day. But hopefully you saw it. Same password, same login, but additional information. We like to be very transparent with your information. You always have the ability to go onto our site under your login and password and get access to your reports, any kind of reports on your claims. You can print those yourself. You can get all of the information that you might need about any case that you have going. You can find out the financials, the back of the financial information is all available to you, as well as a rolling diary. If Brooke had a claim, she talked to one of our adjusters at 9 in the morning, by noon, you'd be able to see that recorded in the rolling diary. What she had to say, what our adjuster had to say, if they talked to an attorney, it's all there for you to be able to get to. It's not available to anybody who doesn't have that password or login, certainly. It's not public information. But we feel like it's your information, you're paying to be insured with us, and so we want you to have access to it. And this new site, we have added the ability for you to get to your schedules. So you can look at any of your schedules. If it's property, you'd see everything that you have insured, what the deductible would be on it, all those sorts of things for property, for automobiles, for inland marine, anything that you have insured with us, you'll have access to all of that. And it's all almost real time. As I said, we back up 3 times a day. That's the reason it's not immediate, because we do back it up, but we back the system up 3 times a day, and then you're able to get to it. So you call in the morning, you're going to see your conversation in the afternoon. And that's the bulk of what I had to deliver. I knew you were going to be, I didn't know it was today, but I knew you were going to be having a new county commissioner, and I wanted just to get out, introduce myself, make sure you had the information so you could get in touch with me, share about our training, and encourage you as local government, use those resources you don't have to pay for. Make use of them. There are shell documents on that website. If you're getting ready to put a policy in place, don't have to recreate the wheel. You can go in and pull that and then tailor it to meet your own needs. So, do you have any questions for me? Any concerns? We've been operating through the pandemic. Some of our staff is still remote, but we hope that it's been seamless and that you haven't seen any interruption of service.
Anytime we have a question, we get it answered, so we appreciate it.
Great. Just let me know if anything comes up. And
All
thank
right.
you for your
All right,
time.
Judy. Good seeing you
Happy
again.
Thanksgiving to
You
you
too.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is informational presentation and funding request from Tigard Valley Middle School Baseball.
All right, good afternoon. Congratulations. We'll keep the ball rolling there on that one. My name is Josh Teeter. I am the Tigard Valley Middle School head baseball coach. Yes, I said middle school baseball. Last year, we was able to form for the first time ever, a middle school baseball team. Some things that I will add to that is one of the big key factors is we have to be self-sufficient for 3 years, which means we gotta pay for everything for 3 years before the board takes over on that. So we're going into our second year. I'm here for both the middle school and the high school teams. If you've ever been to any of the ball games or drove past our facility, we got a beautiful field, but there's one thing missing. We don't have a press box. Our concession stand's usually done off to the side, onto a table. With the creation of middle school baseball now, that adds a little bit more focus to our area. I feel we can definitely start getting some tournaments up in there now, and having a press box would definitely be a very good thing. So as far as who will be building it, myself, other coaches, and volunteers in the community will be help building this. We're looking at a 10 by 20 stick-built press box. It will be covered in red metal. We have an estimated price for the facility, which is around $20,000. I'm here for that, to ask for financial help. on that, we've done several fundraising, we're still doing fundraising, and the way the world is and everything is right now, businesses aren't quite doing what they want to. They want to, but they just can't financially, and we totally understand that. It's gonna have a storage area with also the capability of a concession stand underneath of it. So once again, I'm here for that. I think Brooke has my information, and she has a copy of the letter. I don't know if you guys want, I have one.
Yeah, we got a copy.
You got a copy of that.
Any questions for me?
Yeah.
Say, is there any questions?
And where you all playing your middle school, at the football field, or the high school?
Yep, we're
Same
using
place.
that. Yep, same field. Yep.
Where you wanting to put the press box? Where you wanting to put it at?
Directly right in behind home plate.
Oh, okay, on the other, okay.
Yeah, you'll notice you go by there now, both sections of bleachers are down. They're getting new bleachers put in up there, and then we're gonna put the press box right in dead center of that right there. That's where our concession stand will be, down below, there back to your seats.
So you said you've been doing fundraising, do you have, how much you've got already?
Right now, we are sitting at $4,000 is where we're at right now.
4,000 of the 20 needed?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. I make a motion to donate $5,000 towards the construction of a new press box to be taken from the hotel motel fund.
A motion on the floor is to approve $5,000 for the construction of the press box for the Tigers Valley Middle School baseball and the high school team too as well?
Yes.
Okay. And this will be taken from our hotel motel fund, and that's a tax that's on the, that is charged when people from out of the county come and stay at the hotel. We can use it for recreational stuff, so.
Okay.
Do we have any further discussion on that? All in favor? Aye. So now you're at $9,000.
Beautiful. Thank you all very much.
You're welcome.
What's the high school team using for a press box? They don't have any either? Nothing?
Nope, if you ever watch any of the games, they're sitting on a chair, keeping it right there, so.
All right.
That's the world we're in. Is there anything else I need?
No, she'll, we're reaching out with you on the check, right? Cause we have all this information on that.
Yeah, you just want the check mailed to Tiger Valley High School at this address, is that what the check needs? to
Yes,
go
and
to?
you can, the letter don't say it, but if you can do it for, TVHS baseball. And Brooke, you have all my information, so. All right, appreciate it. Thank you all
Thanks,
very
Dan.
much.
All right, next item on the agenda is an informational presentation from Pastor Mike House.
Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you,
So, we are in need of getting a warehouse built to be able to sort and pull needed items for homeless folks is what we basically do, as well as needy families. And the figures that I presented, we asked our contractor to break this down into different segments. This 13,000 I presented would get us under roof. Obviously not complete the project, but what we need is to be able to, we get a lot of donations, thousands of pounds of clothes and household items and so on. And right now, as you know, Chris, we don't have much of a space to sort these things. And so we need somewhere that we can actually get into the merchandise and sort it out, pulling blankets and tents and tarps and, you know, the things that we could use for the homeless, as well as families are right now, a lot of families needing furniture and that type of thing. And so those are the items that we use a lot. And currently we're not able to sort those items out to provide those. And so if we can at least get this building, we own the building already, the footers are dug, a lot of things are already done. This would provide the cement for the footers, the necessary cement to actually erect the building. And then we could operate in that building and then complete the project. The complete project's about 50,000. And so what we're asking is if there's any help you might have in respect to helping us at least get this building up, and we can start helping. It's getting cold out there, and as I'm sure Rob knows, the homeless, there's just an increasing number again. as a lot of the funding that was there to help them, through the pandemic and all is now dwindling, and I know the Homeless Coalition is losing money, or they don't have the funds to help folks now. There's just a real need, and it's increasing, and throughout the winter months it's going to become even more so.
Question? You helped a lot of local homeless as
Oh,
well as.
That's our main focus is local folks, which, as I mentioned last time, last year there was about 50 homeless folks in the community in various camps and places around town, storage buildings, and as you all well know. This year, but there was a period of time there where the pandemic funds were there, and they were able to find rental places for a lot of them, but that funding, like I say, is now going. So we're going to see those folks back on the street again, I'm sure, unfortunately, because of the nature of homeless folks. And so that need is going to be there. So that's our focus. We receive a lot of donations. Folks are very generous. And so, as I mentioned, the things we don't use locally, we ship to third world countries. We just shipped out 26,000 pounds a couple weeks ago. And so we have that ongoing as well. And that we're able to do, even though we don't have the building, because that's just basically, we take it from the semi that we have there and put it onto a semi that ships it for us. So that part of the ministry is going fine, but we're just not able to do what we need to help folks locally.
Yeah, what size building are you looking at, Mike?
Okay, so we have a 40 by 100, 4,000 square feet is what the.
What's the dimensions?
40 by 100. It'll run behind, if you know our location, it's going to be built behind the current building we have where the church meets and the school. It'll run parallel to that building.
Kennedy and Pike.
I'm sorry?
Kennedy and Pike Street.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's where it's at, Kennedy and Pike, yes.
Is that what you're using campers or them trailers for now?
Right.
Is that what, you're using to sort stuff through them?
No, just store. We don't have the room to even sort in there. And even if we could sort it, we don't have anywhere to put it, to store it until we could hand it out.
So if you get the building, the trailers go, or how does that work?
Well, we'll probably keep those for additional storage. I'm not sure. We probably will keep those because they would help us keep. One of the problems we've had all along and still have is the fact that we don't have enough room for all the items that come in, and we receive metal donations and clothing and furniture and just all kinds of different things. And if we keep those trailers, then it would provide us additional storage to keep things out of, not storing it outside, but it would give us somewhere to keep that stuff. So we probably will keep those. A little bit, we're not sure because we're not sure how well this is going to fit into our need. The building will also be used partially for our school as well. There'll be a couple of classrooms for our high school students. So it's going to kind of be a multi-purpose building, but the main thing is the processing the items that we get in.
I don't have anything else, no. Okay, I move that we donate to the Ambassador Ministries nonprofit in the amount of $5,000 to be taken out of the courthouse contractual.
All right, so motion on the floor is to approve a donation to the Ambassador Ministries nonprofit amount of $5,000 to be taken from the courthouse contractual to help with their building of the building to help sort items for the local homeless.
Local homeless.
Yeah. All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Pray for good weather and that we can get this up quickly.
We got the address?
It's on the invoice.
Okay.
The second page, I believe she's got it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is consider signing proclamation for the National Hospice Month, and I think we have. Yes. Nancy Dawson, right?
Yes. My name is Nancy Dotson, and I work with West Virginia Caring Hospice Care, and I'm happy to be here and present the National Hospice Month proclamation. And I don't need a dime, so I don't have, we can always use money, but today I'm not asking for money. Would you like me to read the proclamation?
Yeah, that I was going to read, so you go ahead and read it.
All righty. this was prepared, for our governor, by our governor. National Hospice and Palliative Care Month, November 2021, official proclamation. Whereas in a year that has been beset with the coronavirus pandemic, the U.S. hospice and palliative care community has met this challenge and continued to serve patients and families in need of the person-centered care they provide. Whereas for more than 40 years, hospice and community-based palliative care providers have helped provide comfort and dignity to millions of people. Whereas hospice and palliative care empower people to live as fully as possible, surrounded and supported by family and loved ones, despite life-limiting illness. And whereas the interdisciplinary team model at the core of hospice and palliative care provisions involves a holistic approach to treatment, including expert medical care and symptom control, as well as attending to the patient's emotional, spiritual, and psychosocial needs, and provides family services like respite care and bereavement counseling. Whereas over 1.5 million Medicare beneficiaries living with life-limiting illness and their families receive care from the nation's hospice programs through the Medicare hospice benefit every year in the U.S. Whereas each year, if 80% as opposed to the current 50% of decedent Medicare beneficiaries used hospice for 24 months, nearly $2 billion could be saved by the Medicare program annually. And whereas hospice and palliative care providers encourage all people to learn more about options of care and to share their wishes with family, loved ones, and their healthcare professionals. And whereas West Virginia Caring, formerly Hospice Care Corporation, has faithfully served West Virginia for nearly 40 years in Barber, Braxton, Calhoun, Gilmer, Marion, Mon, Pocahontas, Preston, Randolph, Taylor, Tucker, and Wetzel counties. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Jim Justice, Governor of the great state of West Virginia, do hereby proclaim November 2021 as National Hospice and Palliative Care Month and encourage citizens to increase their understanding and awareness of care at the end of life. Discuss end-of-life wishes with their families and observe this month with appropriate activities and programs. And we do encourage families to, they say Thanksgiving is a really good time if you're having a meal with your family, to encourage discussing all these end-of-life decisions, getting that paperwork taken care of, because we don't know what's going to happen day to day. And I worked with hospice for 16 years, taking care of volunteers and outreach, and many of those counties listed, it depends on the day which one. Last night was in Marion County, and then a deer proceeded to tear up my truck on the way home, so we don't want to work in Marion County anymore. That happened in Barber County.
About that.
Oh, that was the second deer in a week, so that's a sad thing. But regardless, 2 cars, 2 deer. Hospice is just amazing. I mean, when you work with hospice services, people think, how could you do that? You know, gosh, you're working with people who are sick all the time and dying, but you get to do so much for them and be there. My family sings, so the joke is they're voluntold. We go and sing to many people. We play music. Last week I took a hammered dulcimer player to a patient out in Beverly, and it just, people light up and they forget that whatever their illness is bothering them. So always consider that if someone's going to the hospital a lot, if you think they're in need, call West Virginia Caring Hospice Services, call a hospice service if you're not in our area, because we want to be able to help, and that is the goal. And as it says in there, it saves Medicare money because people aren't always at the hospital, they can be at home and having help. Now, we do have an inpatient center over on Diamond Street, and if anybody ever wants to tour it, that's a wonderful thing to do. Maybe I could make a trip over there someday. But we would appreciate this proclamation being approved, and if anybody has any questions about what we do, I am sometimes a wealth of information.
Any questions?
No, I think your services are greatly needed and appreciated.
I know, yeah, I admire everything that you and your staff at West Virginia Caring do, so I'm very happy to sign it, so.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, I move that approve the signing of the proclamation for National Hospice Month.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve the signature for the proclamation of National Hospice Month. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda. Consider approval of the VOCA grant.
Good afternoon.
It's that time of year.
Yes, it is. Congratulations to Commissioner Seiler.
Thank you.
My name's Allison Smoke. I have introduced myself to these fellows, but I'm with the prosecutor's office. I'm Victim Services Coordinator, which is funded by the VOCA grant. Victims of Crime Act has provided a grant for almost 25 years now. And I want to thank you all once again for allowing me to submit that and be part of that. And as you will recall, the commission matches, there's a certain match commitment, I guess, that pays my medical insurance, but other than that, the grant covers my salary as well as training and miscellaneous supplies and so on and so forth. So it is that time of year again. I have papers to sign, and for the first time in 3 years, I'm not rushing out the door to get them overnighted, so I can either leave them or we can sign them now. But there has been one change. For the first time that anyone in my office is aware of anyway, on a federal level, the VOCA grant has been cut, 23%. Thankfully, because not every state did this, but thankfully West Virginia legislatures voted to supplement that 23% with some state funds to keep everybody's grant intact, at least for this year. So a little bit different this year. I had to rework my budgets. I have my VOCA budget that I will need signatures on again. The VOCA budget, I was awarded $35,984. The state supplement will award $10,749. So that's a total of $46,733, which is basically the same as last year. You know, no increases. They just are supplementing to keep it even. It is a vital role in the prosecutor's office. It's the sole responsibility to take care of victims' needs from anything from magistrate court to circuit court. I kind of serve as liaison between the prosecutors and the victims. I mean, I know I'm busy from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. So I know it's a vital role. But if you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer. Other than that, I have all of this for signatures, and I just want to thank you again for the opportunity to submit.
No, we know it's a very vital role, and we're happy that the legislature came through for that, so.
Not every state did, is what I understand, so I feel for those folks.
Yeah, Parker always tells us, you know, they're always threatening to do it, so I guess they
Right, they finally came through.
Yeah, but I'm glad the legislature came through for that. So, do we have a motion for this? Okay. Chris?
Yes, I'll make a motion to accept the VOCA grant in the amount of $35,984.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve the VOCA grant as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. I can sign it now, or you can leave it?
Well, like I said, I'm not having to rush off, so however you want to do it, I have it somewhat organized. And, you know, that was the VOCA grant, and then there's also the state supplement. I don't know if that...
I was gonna say, is it like a grant too, or is it?
Sort of. I'm to treat it like a grant.
So just make a motion that we approve that grant as well. Amend your motion to approve the state grant. How much was it?
It's $10,749.
$10,749.
So you amend your motion to include that one.
I'll make a motion to amend accept the state grant for $10,749.
Okay, so motion on the floor is to approve the VOCA grant, $35,984, and the state grant of $10,749. Any further discussion?
That's it. Sorry, that's how I have felt the past few weeks.
All in favor? Aye. All right, so that's good now.
Thank you.
Almost done. So you just leave it with Brooke, and I'll sign wherever it has to be signed.
Sounds good, and I'll just come back later this afternoon and grab them. So everything is tabs, and there's actually one tab that Brenda has to sign that one.
When's your deadline? You have to have it in by?
It's supposed to be sent in by November 29th.
Oh, okay.
So I know, I'm feeling.
As I'm signing the bills tonight, I'll sign my part, and I'll give it to Brenda, then Brooke will have it.
Sounds great.
All righty?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Consider purchase of new cruiser for the sheriff's deputies. Sheriff.
Gentlemen, we had a deer strike October 12th, a buck deer and a doe deer. Deer both perished. Vehicle was totaled. 87,000 miles on the cruiser. It was one that we had planned to replace, but it would have been a backup when something happens. But that vehicle was totaled. I got a email this morning. We finally got our equipment out of it. We had to have Colonial Court remove everything from it. They totaled the vehicle. And she asked if we were ready for them to come get it. I told her yes. We had a deer strike about 10 days later. knocked the front end off of a 2014 Explorer, that Zach Pingley was driving. Sergeant Cogers is the one that was knocked out prior to that. That car has a busted radiator, the headlights are hanging out of it, the grill's busted, and, it's got 127,000 miles on it. Of course, you saw probably very recently, Deputy TJ Knotts, was involved in a collision, and I'm waiting on an adjuster to look at that one. What I'm asking is for permission to take the insurance money that's gonna come in on the 2017 Explorer that was totaled. Take that money, and I'm asking for a little bit of help to be able to order another one. And, I'm willing to work with my budget as much as I can, split the difference with you above and beyond what the insurance adjustment is.
So this was on Cogers?
This was Sergeant Cogers.
Alright, so
You said you got $18,000, and of course you got rounded roughly 18, and
It was
$1,000.
it was 18.8, and then they took a $1,000 deductible.
Okay.
I'm still negotiating with them for the cost of taking the equipment out of the
Okay.
vehicle that would have to come out of my budget.
Okay.
So I'm asking for that to be reimbursed. And I'm also have asked, and don't know if they're gonna grant this yet, for partial or part or all of the upfitting to the new vehicle, to see if they'll give us a little bit of money for that. So I'm not sure, I haven't got an answer on that part yet, but I'm trying. And, basically, I've just taken, say, 18,000, I got you a quote there for a new one is 38. So I would split the difference with you if you
So
guys
the
can-
difference is 20,000, so we get.
Roughly.
10?
Roughly 20,000, to, right in there somewhere to split the difference, with you guys, and I'll have to, I'll have to work with my budget.
What is that, a new Explorer or Expedition?
It would be a new Explorer. I found a couple expeditions over at, I forget what the place, Mid-State Ford in Ohio. They had a couple expeditions, that someone ordered, didn't pay for, had a good price on them, but they were blue. And, I just opted not to change my fleet and to start putting different colors in.
Well, this one's a hybrid too, is this one here
Is this one a hybrid?
That's a quote on a hybrid, just
Okay.
like the others, so it's equipped for the long hours, and it doesn't use gas when it's sitting around. A lot of times it runs, but it's not running on gas, it's running on battery.
We've been trying to do all hybrids going forward.
I've attempted since I got here to make everything a hybrid. Sheriff Brady started that prior to me being here, putting in some hybrids to see how they work. They appear to be working well, and so I'd kinda like to stay with that if I could.
So we approved 200,000 for him to buy 3 cruisers, and then that was before 4 cruisers, before, these 3 accidents, so. And you've ordered those?
Those are ordered.
Those are ordered.
And I potentially could be here by February. I got at least, generally a 30 to 60 day window to have those upfitted once they get them. The little bit more money there, I may have to come back and beg, borrow, and steal from you to try to get the new ones upfitted. We don't plan on that you just can't plan on a crash. And if they total Knott's cruiser, it's got 9,000 miles on it. So
Because we special outfitted that for the dog.
it has a special outfit for the dog. That cage was $6,000 in itself, and all that equipment would have to be removed and reinstalled. And there's no one around here. We use an outfitter, and I think it was Summersville that did that. Fantastic work that they did, but they put it in. I'd like them to, they'd probably have to take out the old one, or maybe we can take out the old one if they can reinstall it. So I haven't got an answer on that one yet, if it's totaled or not.
How many backup cars you down to now?
I've got 2 expeditions, and they had to have extra special care and work to get those roadworthy again.
They're high mileage, aren't they?
They're high mileage, they're worn out. So that's all we had left. I gave one the dog catcher, part-time dog catcher got one of these vehicles. I think Commission gave one to Town of Beverly. I think maybe Beelington got one. So we're down to 2 spares.
We can take that out of.
And the one with 127,000 miles on it, I don't know that we wanna put much money into that vehicle. I mean, it's worn out.
No, I know the life of a police car.
Well, you know, once
27,000
they're-
miles is a lot.
Once they're crashed, and they're rebuilt, I'm not sure about liability and how that comes back on us as far as something that's being remanufactured or reconstructed, if we're running a reconstructed title, or I'm not sure how that works, but.
Well, the majority of agencies get rid of a car at 100,000 miles or less, actually.
Yeah.
So when you're running 127,000, you're on borrowed time.
Right. He's in one of my expeditions now, and Knott's is in the other expedition, so I'm out of cruising. But I'd appreciate anything you guys can do to help us. That is a current quote, I got that yesterday.
All right, so you'll make the motion?
Yeah. Move to approve the purchase of a cruiser in the amount of $38,000. But we're gonna take 10,000 from courthouse contractual to
Yes.
put to the purchase.
We're not giving you 38,000.
I wasn't gonna do that today. But we're gonna take 10,000 out of courthouse contractual to help with the purchase of a vehicle.
We like him, but.
Yeah.
All right, so the motion is we approve your purchase, and we're gonna contribute $10,000 from courthouse contractual, because you'll have 18,000 from the insurance, and you put in 10, we put in 10, that'd be your cost of your vehicle. All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Quit wrecking them.
now I'm just glad no one got hurt,
I know.
because that last one was bad.
That was a bad crash.
Yeah.
All right. Next is consider approval and reimbursement to the Randolph County Housing Authority. We're a pass-through for this. They had a grant, right? And, so we get the money, and then as they need it, as they spend it and they need it, we submit it to them. So, the motion is to, this is a CDBG grant for the Housing Authority. And it's for, provides public assistance for rent, utilities, mortgages, and food. They submitted, invoices for August and September for their expenses. Again, it's reimbursed through that grant where the pass-through, so the amount is $14,776.94. So do I have a motion for that?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve payment in the amount of $14,776.94, to be paid to the Housing Authority for related expenses incurred during the month of August.
All right, so the first motion is to approve the, payment of 14,000, so there's two actually, right?
Yeah.
He just did the first one.
Yeah, okay, the first one.
Fraud.
First one is for $14,776.94. This is for the amount of, I'm sorry, for the month of August. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So the next one is, they have a month of September bill, and it's $14,647.44, so to have a motion for that.
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve payment in the amount of $14,647.44. Also to be paid to the Housing Authority for related expenses incurred during the month of September.
Motion on the floor is to approve the payment to the Housing Authority in $14,647.44 for their related expenses in the month of September. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, next item on the agenda is consider approval of initial payment to Wolf Creek Contracting, for the West Virginia CFIA Sidewalk Project Grant. And if you notice, they've already started out back. Well, they've cut up some across the front, but the main focus right now, I guess they've taken down the trees out back here.
Couple trees, it looks like.
And they're gonna fix that, where that grate thing was, so the car falls into it, so they're gonna fix that. But the first payment for this is $2,068.20. I'm sure it's gonna be more than that, but, that's the first payment, so do I have a motion to approve payment for that?
Okay, I'll move that we approve the initial payment of $2,068.20 for the initial payment to Wolf Creek Contracting for the sidewalk improvement project.
All right, so motion on the floor is to approve $2,068.20 for the initial payment to Wolf Creek Contracting for the sidewalk improvement project. Again, we've done a lot, to upgrade the courthouse. This is another project that we're doing, and we have several other things we'd like to do to help get the courthouse up to current standards, so. Any further discussion? All in favor?
I'd like to thank Peggy for helping
Oh,
getting the
Peggy.
grant.
Yeah, she's already got the next grant in the works for us for the steps, so. All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so next item is consider moving 911 dispatchers from part-time to full-time. Tina?
Congratulations, Mr. Simon.
Thank you.
I have two employees moved full-time. one is Wesley Taylor. I'm requesting to move him to full-time status with full benefits. He's completed all of his training. His pay will need to be adjusted to $13.97 an hour with full county benefits. Requesting start November the 15th, and that's just because it was the beginning of the pay period.
Okay. Make a motion for that.
Okay, that's for.
Just read that whole thing.
Okay.
So you can make a motion to approve Ben West Taylor?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve Wes Taylor, full-time status as 911 dispatcher. Making $13.97 per hour and, full county benefits beginning November 15th,
All right.
2021.
All right, so the motion on the floor is to approve Wes Taylor, right?
Yes, sir.
From part-time to full-time employee status with full benefits. He's completed all his requirements. His pay will be adjusted to $13.97, full county benefits. Pay increase starts November the 15th, and the current budget covers wages and benefits. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Next.
Second one is Ben Taylor. I'm requesting him to be moved from part-time to full-time employee status with full benefits. He has completed his requirements and done an excellent job during his in-house training. His pay will need to be adjusted $13.97 an hour with full benefits. Starting pay increase November 15th, 2021. The current budget will also cover this.
Okay. Motion down.
Yes, I'll make a motion to move Ben Taylor to full-time status as a 911 dispatcher, making $13.97 an hour, and with full benefits, county benefits. Start pay increase November 15th, 2021.
All right, motion on the floor is to approve, Ben Taylor from part-time to full-time, with full benefits. Pay to $13.97 per hour, full county benefits. Pay starts November the 15th as well. The current budget covers this. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. You only had two?
I only had two. I originally had three, but the other one found another job and he resigned.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, next item on the agenda is the discussion for a memorandum of understanding with the town of Harmon. All right, what this is. This is to authorize Randolph County to administer the floodplain ordinance in the town of Harmon. Tina, do you have anything on that one?
Not much, cause that's kind of Terry's thing.
I think it was just where they had it and they lost it because they got
the flood.
The paperwork got destroyed during the flood. So we've done this. They just need another copy of it. So we're just going to re-sign something, the memorandum of understanding that we've done in the past because they've lost that paperwork. All right, so you'll make the motion for that one.
I move we approve the memorandum of understanding with the town of Harmon in order to administer the Randolph County floodplain ordinance. Like I said, I think they did have one and it was destroyed in the flood.
Okay, so motion on the floor is to approve the memorandum of understanding with the town of Harmon for us to administer the Randolph County floodplain ordinance. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right, next one is the second reading of the bylaws for the Randolph County E911 Advisory Board. Kurt, do you have anything to say on those?
They changed.
All right, so they've been out. This is the second read. If it passes today, they go into effect. So do you guys have anything on those? You wanna make the motion?
Yeah. Okay, I'd move that we approve the second reading of the bylaws for Randolph County E911 Advisory Board as submitted.
Okay, so motion on the floor is to approve the second reading of the bylaws for the Randolph County E911 Advisory Board. If they pass today, then they go into effect. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right. Next item. First reading of the amendments to the Randolph County Unsafe Building and Land Ordinance. We have copies there. What we've done, our attorney has prepared an amended version of our unsafe buildings and land ordinance to clarify a couple, the rights of the county commission and the enforcement agency as outlined in state code. Again, we have copies of it there. The highlighted areas are the ones that we made changes to. Just puts more enforcement into the ordinance. We've looked around at other counties, and so and we've had this looked at from outside attorney as well as the West Virginia Law School. They looked at it as well. So everything is done proper. So I need a motion to approve the first reading as submitted.
Okay. Move to make a motion to approve the first reading of the amended unsafe buildings and lands ordinance as submitted.
Motion on the floor is to approve the first reading of the amended unsafe buildings and land ordinance as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Again, they're out there. We'll read them again at our next meeting in December, then it will go into effect. Last item on the agenda is consider approval of settlements for the unsafe buildings and land enforcement agency. Again, our attorney has been pursuing the process of having liens filed against properties that we're cleaning up around the county. Several of the owners of the properties are currently in court and have expressed interest in making monthly payments until the liens are paid off. We have one such lien where the person is willing to pay monthly payments to us until their bill is paid off. So I'd like to have a motion to approve this settlement that we've reached as presented.
Okay, I move that we approve this settlement as presented for the, for the unsafe buildings and lands ordinance.
Yes, the motion is to approve the settlement as presented in the unsafe building and land enforcement agency where we reached an agreement on a lien. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Final settlements annual accounting. We have 14 of it, so you can see make a motion to approve the 4 final settlements as presented.
How many are there? 4.
Make a motion to approve the final 4 settlements as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the 4 final settlements as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Budget revisions.
Oh, no. Lots.
Hey, got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gotta go through all this stuff.
First, that's the.
In-house budget revision?
Yep,
Oh.
that's where they want to open up.
Yeah. Okay, first, we have an in-house budget revision. We received, it's on our pool splash pad project, and I'd like to announce that, we, had Peggy reach out to E.L. Robinson. They're in the final developmental phase. Let me read it next time. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, we'll save it for next.
I want to get this right for the paper.
You already had a marked stop there today where we went to queue, so it doesn't matter
What?
how much time, you burnt my day already.
You're awful.
Mark called and left, Brad a message in the last week, and he was breaking up real bad about us. The only thing he can make out was a sign, then I guess they put the Goldberg sign up.
Yeah.
He was calling to tell us, I thought, we're acting commissioner might have did that.
I can't find it, but what it is they're in the final drawing phase or whatever of what we want to do.
Design phase or something.
Right? They're going to present it to us, hopefully, if not at our first meeting in December, or our last meeting in December. Once we approve that, then it can go out to the bid process. They're looking at hopefully getting that out in late winter, early spring, so that we can start with the 2022 construction starts. So we're hoping to start, right after, like spring of 2022 for the thing. So the next thing is to approve the final drawings of it, get that out to bid late winter, early spring, get that contractor approved so we can get started.
So your goal is to work to begin this spring?
Yes, as soon as those drawings are here, because we've worked with them, so we know what the drawings are.
That's
Because we weren't gonna we were just gonna do the pool, we're gonna do the pool and splash pad together. We're gonna do it all at once. So that's why they had to go back and redo that. Because they had like here's what it may look like on the splash pad. Well, this is what, now this drawings are gonna bring to us, this is what it's gonna look like. And what's gonna take. So once we approve that, then it goes to again, late winter, early spring, set out for bid, get those bids back, approve that process, then get started. So what we've had,
You said you think you're gonna get those in December?
he said we'll have that by the first meeting or the last meeting in December, so that we can get started, January, February, late winter to, get out to bid.
You wanna wait till you get those and put something in there? or you
Yeah,
think,
however you wanna do it.
Like,
But-
you know they're gonna be calling you though, so.
But what we've had, we received an outside donation of $25 for the pool splash pad. We've actually created a, line for, the pool project to receive such donations, because we've had people that's interested in doing that. So, this in-house budget revision is just to increase this pool splash pad. We bring it in as a donation, then it's gonna go to the pool project line, of $25. So do I have a motion to do that?
Yeah, I move that we approve the pool project, in-house budget revision as submitted in the amount of $25,000. $25.
$25,000?
Can we talk about my cruiser again?
Yeah, you got me all shook up over that.
Courtesy. No, we have okay, so motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget revision of $25 for the pool project. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Is this gonna be you, Brenda?
Yes, I know, but.
So any donations or anything, get in contact with you guys, or should they call it here or what? If you want it to get people to make more donations.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put
Just
paper.
call the county
Van,
commission
this was from
office.
Van, he's been going around doing, so he's been promoting it, someone gave him the check, he brought it to us.
Okay.
Alright, next one.
I'm calling.
In-house budget revision from.
Alright, so we have a in-house budget revision, to decrease our courthouse contractual by $1648 and increase fringe benefits, courthouse retirement, FICA, and Medicare. What was this for?
Those are for the bonuses,
The bonuses?
Mhm.
Alright, for the, stipend and or the holiday bonus.
for the holiday bonus.
This is for once a year we do a Christmas bonus.
Okay.
So this is, to take from courthouse contractual, the amount to help pay for the fringe benefits, retirement, FICA, and Medicare expenses, which is $1648. So any further discussion? Make a motion for that, please.
Okay, I move that we approve the in-house budget revision in the amount of $1,648.
Okay, motion is approved, the in-house budget revision, as submitted, $1648. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye. And this is the in-house budget revision from the sheriff's office. It's a $200 budget revision. I think
So he's,
switching around.
he's taking, just decrease $1,000. Your law enforcement canine equipment decreasing $1,000, and moving to your contract services $1,000.
Vet bills,
Vet bills.
I'm trying to pay his, he had a
Teeth?
bill, well, he had a overall check over the other night from Dr. Tracy Walker come out,
Mhm.
gracious enough to come out in an emergency situation, so we had a bill for that, and then he's got the bill for his teeth.
Okay.
So, we're just trying to make sure we got
And
it.
you may get reimbursed for that from the insurance, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know how.
Yeah, like I say, keep the record and documented.
Sure.
I'd say the motion is to, approve the in-house, no, there's not a motion. Can I get a motion to approve, the in-house budget revision for the sheriff, taking $1,000 from law enforcement and canine equipment to his, canine contract services, $1,000. To approve the enhanced budget.
I'll make a motion for an in-house budget revision of the sheriff's department, to move $1,000, from his law enforcement canine equipment, to law enforcement canine contract services.
Those are all for the bonuses.
Okay. So motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget for the sheriff, $1,000. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next one.
Another in-house.
In-house budget revision, this is for transfer from the GC,
General County.
General County, $530 to increase dog warden, fringe benefits, retirements, FICA, and Medicare. This is part of the bonus too? Christmas bonus, yeah. All right, so it's $530. Motion to approve this in-house budget revision.
I'll make a motion for the budget revision from, what was it actually?
Just say as submitted.
I'm sorry.
Just say as submitted.
As submitted.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve this in-house budget revision, transferring from the GC $530 to the dog warden's fringe benefits, retirements, FICA, and Medicare. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next one. Next one is E911. Again, part of the, bonus and bonus is,
Bonus and stipend.
yes. This one is to decrease, to increase at $25,942, the benefits, retirements, FICA, and Medicare taken from the E911. EM 911. Any further, can I have a motion for that? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll just make a motion.
Make a motion to approve this one, for the E911, 25,942. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Next one. Next one is the NCC miscellaneous income, $412. Again, this is for the retirement, benefits and FICA and Medicare, $412. Motion to approve this in-house budget for $412.
Make a motion presented as presented.
Okay, motion to approve this in-house budget revision of $412 as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next one is, count 151, $1,236, again, going to benefits, retirement, FICA, and Medicare for the bonus. Motion to approve this in-house budget revision for $1,236.
I make a motion to approve it as presented.
Motion on the floor is to approve the in-house budget revision for $1,236. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Last one.
State budget revision.
Okay, state budget revision we do by roll call. Again, and this is to, decrease courthouse contractual, so that's where we'll be taking the money from for the bonuses of $23,510, going into, each individual, entity's budget, of $23,510. So do I have a motion to approve, motion to approve this in-house state health budget revision, and it's a roll call vote.
I'll just move that we approve the state budget revision as submitted.
All right, so Commissioner C, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Seiler.
Aye.
Commissioner Kiesling, aye. So state budget revision is approved. Any other budget revisions?
That's it.
All right, so those are the budget revisions for, so what, Brenda, you're doing a special check for these?
Yes, Kathy will be working on a special check next week for the bonuses.
So it's the remainder of the stipend and the Christmas bonus? All right, so those will be going out, next week?
Yes.
So we'll get them.
And we appreciate that, I mean, because I had a couple people ask if they were still gonna get the $350 Christmas bonus, and we didn't think we was going to.
There was a little confusion on that.
Yeah, there was a little bit of mix-up on that, so this takes care of it, so we can get that done now, and we appreciate it.
And it'll be there before Black Friday.
I'd like to thank you on behalf of the employees of the courthouse and the sheriff's office specifically for that.
It's all Seiler's doing.
Yeah.
I love him. He hasn't voted against anything yet.
Yeah, just wait. All right, so those are all the budget revisions. Division of Property and Erroneous Assessments.
There's 5.
So you have 5 Division of Properties and Erroneous Assessments. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. The 5,
Erroneous Assessments and Division of Properties and
I
Assessments.
don't remember that.
Motion on the floor is to approve the 5 Division of Properties and 5 Erroneous Assessments as submitted. Any further discussion?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
The longer the meeting goes, worse it gets.
Distressed properties.
5 liens.
We have 5 liens going, so we need a motion to approve the liens.
Yeah, I'll move that we approve the 5 distressed properties liens.
All right, motion on the floor is to approve us putting a lien on 5 distressed properties. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Fire fee adjustments. Yes.
0.
No fire fees. Payment of the bills.
Yes,
Now this one takes all.
Oh, you got sign first.
Also have some checks.
What a mess of papers you got.
This is a long meeting for me.